You can feel it in the air. This Denver game isn't just another Sunday. For the Chiefs, this matchup reads like a crossroads. And I'm going to be blunt with you, because you deserve straight talk. Lose this one, and the division swings away from Kansas City. Win it, and you keep control. You keep breathing. That's the difference between a season that still looks salvageable and one that forces you into desperate make-or-break territory. Right now, you're staring at a snapshot where every loss matters. The conversation we're breaking down laid it out plainly. A defeat to Denver could drop the Chiefs behind in the division and make the rest of the season a grind. This game impacts seeding, tiebreakers, and the matchup path the Chiefs will have in January. It's not just pride, it's math. When you're 5-5, margin for error disappears. You can't drop this and say, "We'll fix it later." A loss to Denver makes that climb back to relevance much steeper. From what the host said, Denver has been puzzling. An inconsistent offense, but a defense that keeps winning. That's the kind of team that gives you nightmares, because you can't attack them the same way every week. They don't have to outscore you. They just have to make your offense uncomfortable, take the ball away, and let their defense win ugly. This week's preparation is more than game planning. It's mentally fortifying a team that's been asked to answer a lot of questions this season. Timing matters too. The Chiefs are coming off a bye. The good kind of break, if you used it right. The bad news? Denver got extra rest as well. They played Thursday and then enjoyed 10 days. Both teams are rested. Both teams are healed up, at least on paper. That makes it an even fight physically, but the edge goes to the team that shows up sharper mentally. If the Chiefs treat this like a throwaway, they'll pay for it. Before we dive into the matchups and what the Chiefs must do one quick thing. If you follow daily Chiefs content and want more breakdowns like this, hit subscribe. We're pushing to 6,000 subscribers, and every single one of you counts. Smash that like button if you agree this is a season-defining moment. And while you're still here, tell me in the comments right now, yes or no, can the Chiefs afford to lose to Denver this week? One word, one vote. I'll be watching those replies. Now let's get into why this Denver defense is such a problem. They've piled up sacks and keep finding ways to win even when the offense struggles. The hosts mentioned Denver coming in with around 40 sacks and then adding 6 in one game. That's sustained pressure that alters how you call plays, how you protect, and ultimately how Mahomes operates. Patrick Mahomes, brilliant as he is, still needs time and structure to work. When a pass rush consistently collapses the pocket, the offense stops being about play design and starts being about survival. You're no longer asking, how do we beat them, so much as how do we stop losing the trenches? Here's the breakdown of what Denver does and what Kansas City must do in response. First, edge pressure and complicated stunt packages. Denver gets after quarterbacks with delayed blitzes and with stunts that make linemen take false steps. To counter that, Kansas City needs disciplined slide protections and pre-snap adjustments, not a bunch of late, reactive scramble calls. Second, winning one-on-one matchups. If Kansas City's tackles and guards don't win their reps, Mahomes' lanes vanish, and the offense becomes a turnover risk machine. Third, force quick decisions. Shorten the quarterback's red time with quick game, 3-step drops, screens, and rollouts. If you can get the ball out in under 2.5 seconds a healthy percentage of the time, you neutralize half the pass rush advantage. Fourth, chip and help responsibilities. Tight ends and running backs must chip, then release. Max protect on critical downs. Mix in designed rollouts so the pass rush has to respect more than one threat. Fifth, run game balance. If you run effectively, you force the defense to respect the ground and hesitate on pure pass rush aggression. The hard truth, if the Chiefs can't protect Mahomes, they'll be forced into quicker throws and more mistakes. If they can neutralize the rush even 60% of the time by scheming, sliding, and using quick game concepts, they give Mahomes a chance to be Mahomes. Quick poll for the comments. In one sentence, tell me which protection change you want to see Sunday. More chips, quick passes, or max protect? Type it now. Also hit like if you want an X-ray protection breakdown video next. Now let's get into the part that keeps Chiefs fans up at night. The offensive line and the Josh Simmons situation. Simmons missed time dealing with a personal family issue, and the conversation among the hosts was the same one you've probably had. If he's not ready to play after a month off, what does that mean for his conditioning and chemistry with the line? It isn't only about being cleared. Football shape and live reps matter. If Simmons comes back rusty, that weak link on the edge becomes a weekly target, and Denver's pass rush will absolutely try to expose it. That brings Jalen Moore into the picture. Moore has stepped in and done a respectable job under pressure. He's shown grit and some promising technique in short stints. The staff must make a choice. Prioritize immediate stability and keep Moore in if he's handling the rush, or reinstate Simmons for his long-term upside but risk short-term vulnerability. Both choices carry consequences. Here are specifics you should expect to see on Sunday depending on that choice. If Simmons is limited, expect slide protections and pre-snap calls that give Mahomes a cleaner half of the field. That means fewer long-developing play-action calls and more quick, decisive throws. Expect an emphasis on three-step drop concepts, slants, quick outs, and RB checkdowns to neutralize the rush by getting the ball out fast. Expect more rollouts and bootlegs to move Mahomes in the pocket. If you can turn a straight-line pass rush into chase angles, you buy Mahomes precious time. Chipping responsibilities from tight ends and backs will be crucial. If the Chiefs commit to consistent chips, the tackles get help, and Mahomes gains milliseconds. And finally, the run game must exist. Isaiah Pacheco needs volume to soften rushers and make play action credible. Quick question for you. Would you start Jalen Moore if Simmons is only 80%? Type your answer below and tell me one reason. Also, hit subscribe now. We're pushing to 6,000 subs so we can bring more film breakdowns and protection X-rays like this. Every new subscriber helps the channel keep breaking down these game-deciding moments. Now we lock into the matchups. The duels that decide Sunday. Forget the records for a minute. When you face a divisional opponent that knows you as well as Denver does, every snap becomes a chess move. First, Patrick Mahomes versus Denver's disguised coverages. Denver doesn't just rely on pressure, they're masters at post-snap disguise. What looks like cover 2 pre-snap suddenly shifts into quarters or man-robber after the snap. That forces Mahomes to hold the ball a half-second longer, and against a defense averaging heavy sack numbers, that half-second can be the difference between a completion and a strip sack. Watch for Mahomes hitting hot, reads early, quick outs, slants, and middle hooks. That means he's recognizing shifts in real time. If you see him pump fake and reset often, Denver's disguises are winning. Second, Travis Kelce versus the Broncos linebackers and safeties. Kelce is still the heartbeat. Denver will bracket him or shade a safety over the top to force Mahomes to look elsewhere. Expect motion pre-snap to move Kelce out of brackets, bunch sets to create space, or Kelce in the backfield to create mismatches. If Kelce draws too much attention, Rashee Rice and Skyy Moore must punish single coverage. Quick poll. If you're Reed, do you force-feed Kelce early to set the tone, or use him as a decoy to open up the field? Drop Kelce early or Kelce decoy in the comments. Third, Chris Jones versus Denver's interior offensive line. Jones is one of the most disruptive interior forces in football. If he penetrates consistently, he doesn't just sack quarterbacks. He forces throwaways and turnovers, and he demands Double teams that open lanes for Dana and Karlaftis. If Jones wins early, Denver has to adjust protection, and that opens up scheming opportunities for Kansas City's linebackers and safeties. Fourth, Chiefs secondary versus Courtland Sutton and Jerry Jeudy. Sutton is a red zone threat. Jeudy is a precise route runner. L'Jarius Sneed and Trent McDuffie have both earned praise this year, but communication will be everything on crossing routes and play action. If Denver lands a couple of deep shots, it shifts momentum fast. Watch Justin Reid's rotations and how aggressive the safeties play. Those decisions will show whether Kansas City is confident in their coverage shells. Fifth, Chiefs running backs versus Denver's linebackers. This underrated matchup could quietly decide the game. Isaiah Pacheco's angry north-south running style can soften that front. If he rips off chunk runs, linebackers hesitate and play action becomes lethal. But that requires push up front, inside zone, counters, and quick tosses to get Pacheco downhill before the linebackers crash. Which matchup worries you most heading into Sunday? Mahomes versus disguise, Kelce versus doubles, or Jones versus protection? Drop it in the comments now. And if you're enjoying this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell. Every bit of engagement helps us reach more Chiefs fans. All right, game plan time. How do the Chiefs actually win this thing? First, early rhythm and fast tempo. Kansas City must set the tone on the opening drive. High percentage plays to get Mahomes in rhythm. Quick outs, slants, swing passes to Pacheco, and screens that punish blitzing. Make the defense hesitate before they bring pressure. Make them pay. Open with slow developing plays, and you hand Denver control. Second, commit to the run. Pacheco needs volume, 18 to 20 touches minimum. He's the hammer that makes play action credible. When he starts breaking runs and dragging tacklers, the sideline feeds off that energy and the defense can't purely tee off on the edge. Third, keep Mahomes moving. Boots, sprint outs, and RPO looks change the launch point and force the rush to redirect. Rolling Mahomes out turns a pass rush into a pursuit problem and buys time for Kelce and Rice. Fourth, attack the middle of the field. Denver forces teams to the sidelines. The Chiefs need to punish that by attacking seams and finding 12 to 18-yard throws to Kelce, Rice, or Watson. Motion and misdirection will cause safety confusion. Fifth, win situational football. Third downs, red zone, and turnover margin decide divisional games. Kansas City must convert third downs at a solid clip and finish drives with touchdowns, not field goals. Protect the football. Denver's defense thrives on chaos. Don't give it to them. Now the X factors, the hidden variables that could flip this game. X factor number 1. Jalen Moore or Josh Simmons? Who holds up under fire? If Simmons isn't game ready and Moore struggles, Denver will find that weak link relentlessly. The difference between giving Mahomes 3 seconds or 2 seconds per play could literally decide the outcome. X factor number 2. Rashee Rice's development. He's quietly becoming a real second option. If defense is key on Kelce and Rice gets 8+ targets, it means Mahomes trusts him, and that's huge. X factor number 3. Turnovers. These divisional games come down to 1 or 2 moments: a tipped pass, a strip sack, a missed tackle. The Chiefs must win the turnover battle. X factor number 4. Red zone efficiency. Field goals won't beat Denver's momentum. The Chiefs have to finish drives. Creative goal line calls and motion packages will be crucial. So here's the prediction. If Kansas City protects the pocket, balances run and pass, and converts in key situations, I see a 27-20 Chiefs win. But if they stumble early, allow Denver's rush to set the tone, and lose the turnover battle, this flips, a 24-21. Broncos upset is well within the realm of possibility. It all comes down to energy and execution. Kansas City needs to look like the standard of the AFC again, not the team that's been tight the last few weeks. Before we close, I want you to drop your score prediction in the comments. If you get the exact final score right, I'll shout you out by name in our post-game reaction video. So make your call now. Chiefs 27-20? Broncos upset? Let's see who nails it. One last thing, if you enjoyed this breakdown, please hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. We're pushing for 6,000 subscribers so we can expand coverage, bring deeper tape study, and get you more content like this. Share this video with one Chiefs fan who needs to wake up for this game. Kansas City still controls their destiny. But it starts with proving it on Sunday. Go into that game sharp, disciplined, and hungry. The fight for the AFC West rolls on. And you, Chiefs Kingdom, are part of it. Stay tuned, we'll break down the final adjustments, the in-game halftime reads, and the post-game reactions right here. See you after the whistle.